I never expected that my work would be at Cannes in France. I never expected someone would fly me out to live draw. I, at first, always considered myself just an artist, but I would kind of consider myself a businesswoman at this point. Yeah.
This is Alannah, an artist and businesswoman who's going to share how she turned her passion into a company and then scaled it.
The first thing you can probably do is just pause for a moment, figure out what you need to do, and kind of go from there. The second thing to do is be transparent with your audience. Third and final thing, know your resources. There are so many people around you who can help, and it's just taking the time to understand how and trusting in that process.
Here's a show about the stuff you need to know to start and run a successful business. These are lessons from real-life experience. Welcome to B School.
When you first started, did you imagine that you would be here?
Gosh, I think at the beginning, I just hoped that one day I would have a gallery show. That was the most for me. If I could just live off of my artwork, I would be fine with it. At that time, I was still working full time. And so I would often find myself kind of driving to work, and I'd just be, looking out the window. I'd have a fleeting thought of something I wanted to create. And, by the time I got home, I was too tired. Once we were ready to move back to Texas, I kind of was like, I could either stay working or I could just go full time. So my husband was like, just start making artwork. Don't go back to work, I got it. So I got an iPad, taught myself how to draw, and just kind of started working from there.
All right, she pursued her passion. How did she turn that into a business?
So it was very slow at first. Mostly family members, friends, close people I knew who were purchasing from me. So it was very slow until the George Floyd event that had happened. I wanted to put together a fundraiser, and then I posted a video that I wasn't going to post, and it went viral. It went crazy viral. From that, people just gradually started buying the other work that I had on sale as well. So just one day I'm sitting there looking at my computer, and I'm just, the orders are coming in. I've got 300 plus orders to go through. I was handwriting every single order that would come in, and I really had to pivot my business at that point.
Okay, so sales increased unexpectedly. How did she scale to meet demand?
I definitely never saw myself giving business advice to anyone, but it's really cool. I think there's some fun things that I've learned, and I'm happy to share it. So when you're scaling your business, you can't really just do the same things you've been doing before. You kind of need to stop doing what you were doing before, and you need to figure out a new way. For me, honestly, the pause, I went to the business side of things, made sure everything was kind of connected on the back end. I ended up setting up an account for this company called ShipStation, and I was able to automate all of my orders directly from my website, getting my shipping in order, focused on reaching out to new wholesale clients and getting prepped on the back end so that it was ready when I needed to open up.
Okay, that's a pretty bold move, pausing your business to prepare for growth. How do you make sure your customers are okay with that?
As a consumer, I think the most appreciate transparency. If you're behind on something, you just tell me. I just want to know, So I feel like I'd like to offer that same service, if you will. Probably not the right word, but luckily I've been very blessed with my customer base. So when I was like, I need a break, everyone was like, oh girl, take a break. It's no problem. We'll be here when you get back. And so I just focused on just making artwork. And luckily everyone stood by me and waited for me to come back.
All right, so customers respond well to transparency. Last question. What do you do if you don't have the knowledge to make it at the next level?
Leaning on the people around you is just so important. A friend of mine who finds joy in doing people's taxes, which I don't understand. You aren't going to know everything. And I think that's a strength in knowing that you don't know everything. And so when you're able to lean on other people, it really frees up so much of your time. You're able to worry about the creative side of what you're doing, if that's what you would like to do. And it's just all about trusting your resources. I think my business is better for it, to be perfectly honest. Entrepreneurship has taught me that I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was, that I can learn anything that I want to learn, and that I've got really great people around me supporting me. I think I would tell other aspiring artists to just post your stuff. You're so much luckier as an artist now than you were a couple years ago. You'd have to go through a gallery, you have to go through a museum to make money. And so now we have this luxury of social media and these online digital platforms where you can just represent yourself. You can show your work to thousands of people who would have never seen it. And so I think the biggest encouraging thing I could say is to just put your stuff out there, let people see it, keep creating, and just kind of see what happens, but also be proactive, you'll get there.